Pause right quick. What the fuck is a dream bed?
I want to know because it sounds amazing.
It sounds kinky, a little kinky. Is that some type of like sexual thing back then?
Now I want to take back my comment about it being amazing because now I'm scared about what it is.
They're gonna lay you down and beat you off then.
If you just put dream bed into Google, it just shows beds.
There's no Google in here in this studio. It's all DuckDuckGo.
All
Ancient
DuckDuckGo.
Egyptian dream bed.
Oh, tickle intensive Egyptian dream on the bed. Oh, what the it's a chick tied up getting tickled. Oh God, it's a porn site. Never mind. Let's just keep going. That just ruined it for me. I don't want to know any more about dream beds and their tickle fetishes.
Let's get back to it. So, the Greeks shared their beliefs with the Egyptians on how to interpret good and bad dreams, and the idea of incubating dreams. Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams, also sent warnings and prophecies to those who slept at shrines and temples. The earliest Greek beliefs about dreams were that their god physically visited the dreamer, where they entered through a keyhole and then exited the same after they left, giving their divine message.
That's how Zeus made Hercules.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Going through keyholes. That sounds like some Peepin' Tom stuff.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah. And I see why Aaron gave me this next part. People wrote of two vital aspects of the soul, of which one is freed from the body during slumber to journey in a dream realm, while the other remained in the body. Although this belief and dream interpretation had been questioned since early times by the philosopher Wang Chong, who lived through 27 to 97 AD.
Good old Wang Chong.
Wang Chong.
So, I must say, you guys, I'm not great at pronouncing words. I do my best, and I got some big ones in this, so bear with me. I'm gonna do my best for this part.
These are pretty intense.
Good luck.
So, the Assyrian king Ashurnasirpal reigned from 883 to 859 BC. He built a temple to Mamu, possibly the god of dreams. At Imgur-Enlil near Kelhu, the later Assyrian king Ashurbanipal had a dream during a desperate military situation in which his divine patron, the goddess Ishtar, appeared to him and promised that she would lead him to victory. The Babylonians and Assyrians divided dreams into good, which were sent by the gods, and bad, which were sent by demons. A surviving collection of dream omens entitled Iskar Zakiku records various dream scenarios as well as prophecies of what will happen to the person who experiences each dream, apparently based on the previous cases. Some list different possible outcomes based on occasions in which people experience similar dreams with different results. Dream scenarios mentioned include a variety. I'm sure you're familiar with them. You got work events, journeys to different locations, family members, sex acts, we all remember those, and encounters with human individuals, animals, and deities.
Antiphon wrote the first known Greek book on dreams in the 5th century BC. In that century, other cultures influenced Greeks to develop the belief that souls left the sleeping body. Hippocrates had a simple dream theory. During the day, the soul receives images. During the night, it produces images. Greek philosopher Aristotle, he thought dreams could analyze illness and predict diseases.
That's interesting. Well, there was this guy called Herodotus. The ancient Greek historian wrote, "The visions that occur to us in dreams are, more often than not, the things we have been concerned about during the day."
I mean, for logical thinking, that guy was, he was ahead of his time. Yeah?
Yeah, simplistic, avoid confrontation, don't make people question things. Oh, it's just your work day.
So, which ancient person do y'all think had it closest for that time to what we think of dreams today? I'd say this Hero Adidas guy or whatever.
Hero Adidas? Do you, make the shoe in the future?
Hero Adidas.
Here are Adidas.
No, but I like Hippocrates. Keep saying it wrong, but I actually kind of like his thing. During the day, we receive the images, and at night, it are produced when we're sleeping. That's kind of interesting.
That is pretty interesting. I'm going with Hero Adidas.
Hero Adidas.
So, I don't know. There's something about Wing Chun that's pulling me towards that Chinese history, dude.
The soul is freed from the body during slumber to journey into a dream realm,
Yeah.
while the
'cause
other remained in the body, two vital aspects of the soul.
with kind of what my thoughts and theories are for later, or like my personal stuff, I think that's kind of... Maybe I need to be reborn in the Chinese religion, or
Dan, inductor.
Oh,
What the? What are you, Indian? Were you Native American? What was that?
they have Asian monks.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Good point.
Sorry.
Good point.
All right. Now that we've covered a little bit of history, I guess let's move on to lucid dreaming, huh?
Ooh,
Okay.
my favorite.
Anna, can you tell us what a lucid dream is?
Yes. Okay, so in a lucid dream, you are aware of your awareness. About 55% of people have experienced one or more lucid dreams in their lifetime. However, frequent lucid dreaming is rare. Only about 23% of people have lucid dreams at least once a month.
So let's say that I want to learn. Could you teach me how to lucid dream?
Heck yeah. It just takes good routine, practicing some new habits. So if you want to find yourself in a lucid dream, I got some exercises here. Super easy. You really don't even have to think much about it. So here you go. One method is to look at a clock before you go to bed. I'm talking about you lay in bed, you stare at that clock, you close your eyes, you think of that clock, and when you go into your dream world, whenever you see that clock, that's your body letting you know, hey, you're in a lucid dream. So at that moment, you have full control. You can fly if you want to. You can just control your entire environment. And other objects sometimes just do this unintentionally. You may notice a ball roll across you while you're dreaming, and then after that you get that sensation of being aware, and that's when your lucid dream starts. Those are just a couple that I had.
Sounds like some Inception type shit.
100%.
Now, we did some studying up on this because we ran some tests, okay, to prepare for this Patreon episode. We all did. So, there's some practices that we did that kind of helped us with our lucid dreams because we all had a goal of trying to lucid dream before we did this episode. There's a couple of things we did. We followed a sleep schedule. We exercised daily. We avoided electronics before bed. And we created a relaxing sleep environment. And we tried to avoid caffeine and alcohol. Now, I know when preparing the research for this episode, like I said, we all wanted to accomplish lucid dreaming. So and I haven't even asked y'all yet if y'all were able to do this. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not able to lucid dream at all. I tried. Was I successful? No. I just ended up waking up and eating a bowl of cereal and going back to bed. Okay? Now, if I wanted to lucid dream, I know for a fact there's one thing I can do that gets me really close to lucid dreaming. But I will save that for my thoughts and theories because that's a whole... I'm going to ask you, okay? Anna, did you lucid dream?
I did not. I had dreams where I felt I should have remembered them when I got up. I'm like, I know I was remembering that, but they weren't lucid enough and vivid enough for me to be able to relay it to you today. So I was sad that I failed the project.
Okay, what about you, Daniel?
Oh, I totally failed. Hands down. I stared at that clock, man. Did not work.
Well, I'm guessing if any listeners, if they're active lucid dreamers, shoot us an email. We want to know about it. So let's move on to something called practice reality testing. So Anna, since you're the expert in this, okay, what is it exactly?
Thank you. I'm so glad someone finally understands my title of expert. All right, so let me break it down. So this is honestly pretty cool. Your level of consciousness is similar when you're awake and dreaming. So by increasing your awareness during your wake state, you can enhance your dream awareness. Reality testing is a popular way to do this. It trains your mind to recognize your own awareness while you're awake. The method involves doing reality checks through the day. As reality testing becomes a habit, you'll be able to induce awareness while dreaming.
I'm kind of familiar with this. Popular reality checks include, finger through palm, push your fingers against your opposite palm. If they pass through, you are dreaming. Then you got mirrors. In a dream state, your reflection won't look normal. Then, there's the nose pinch. You pinch your nose, you'll be able to breathe if you're in a dream. Reading, look away from the text, then look back again. If you're dreaming, the text will change, because you can't really make out the words or letters in a dream. And then tattoos. If you have tattoos, look at them. More than likely, they'll look different in a dream. So choose one reality check and do it several times a day. You may have to experiment with different reality checks to determine which works best for you.
While lucid dreaming often happens randomly, it's possible to initiate lucid dreaming through these induction techniques. And these methods include wake back to bed, WBTB. Okay? You wake up 5 hours after bedtime. When you go back to sleep, you'll be more likely to enter REM sleep while you're still conscious. Mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. Mild, M-I-L-D. Tell yourself that you will lucid dream tonight. You can do it before bed or when you're awake during WBTB, which is wake back to bed. Wake-initiated lucid dream, which is WILD. In WILD, you enter REM sleep from wakefulness while maintaining your consciousness. It involves lying down until you have a hypnagogic hallucination. To increase your chances of lucid dreaming, use these techniques, okay, guys, with reality testing and dream journaling. It's important. It didn't work for us, but it will work for you, hopefully. I don't know.
I think we needed more time.
Yeah. We had a couple days. But what does this all mean? Well, there is such a thing called dream interpretation, and I would love to hear about it.
Dream interpretation is the attempt at drawing meaning from dreams and searching for an underlying message. The scientific study of dreams is called oneirology.
I'll
Good
take
job.
it.
Yeah, I would give you an A+ on that, Dan. Good job. All right. So, dream interpretation.
Sunday, my father passed away. He'd be 55, come April. He and I were never close, although we had no bad blood between us either. We just had nothing in common and I never cared, perhaps assuming we'd always have time to form a relationship later on. He wasn't unhealthy, so I never put much effort into going out and visiting him, and in fact, I hadn't. Past tense is hard to get used to seeing them in 3 years. Possibly I'm feeling guilty for never showing interest in my father. Perhaps I just miss him and want to talk about him. But tonight, I want to tell you a story about my father, and maybe get some information on a thing he called the white man. Just to tell you now, we're not Native American and the white man didn't steal his land. My father was a very typical suburban dad and frankly very boring. He had typical dad interests, like fishing and hunting and bowling. He wore Crocs and turtlenecks and drove a hatchback with a custom license plate. Despite his very upper middle class white dad exterior, though, he was a hick. A major hick. You see, my dad grew up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in the 60s in a family that was dirt poor and very religious. I never met most of my extended family on his side aside from his brother, Philly, who becomes pretty important in this story, but from what I heard about them I gather they were deliverance on ice. They lived in what had once been a cabin in the woods. They raised pigs and chickens and sold lumber for most of their income. His father beat my father and his siblings during drunken bouts, which left my father with some major scars, mostly physically, but a few pretty obvious mental ones, too. What's important to note is that my father wasn't bright. He wasn't creative. He wasn't a storyteller.